Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to our channel, where we delve into the intricate world of the British monarchy, examining not just the grand events, but the subtle yet crucial details of protocol and public perception that define royal life. Today, we must turn our attention to an occasion of profound national significance, the annual Armistice Day service of Remembrance on November 11th. This solemn gathering is a cornerstone of the royal calendar, a moment where the nation pauses to honor the staggering sacrifices made by its service members. Yet, even during this time of quiet reflection, an unexpected and highly charged controversy erupted, overshadowing the very tribute it sought to broadcast. We are speaking, of course, about the presence of Catherine, the Princess of Wales, whose movements and gestures at the memorial service drew immense public attention. Her dedication to honoring military families and veterans is well established, and her appearance at this year's service was, as always, characterized by grace and deep respect. But while the princess was focused entirely on paying her heartfelt respects, the national broadcaster, the venerable BBC, committed what many viewers swiftly deemed an inexcusable breach of royal etiquette, igniting a furious debate across social media platforms regarding accuracy, respect, and the standards expected of public service journalism. Before we unpack the details of this media misstep and the subsequent wave of public outcry, please take a moment to show your support for our content. If you appreciate these deep dives into royal history and current events, do remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Your engagement helps us continue bringing you detailed and accurate royal coverage. Let us first set the scene. The Princess of Wales attended the annual service of Remembrance, a day marked by silence, poppies, and profound historical weight. The location itself, the National Memorial Arboretum, serves as a powerful testament to sacrifice, a living, breathing landscape of memory dedicated to the armed forces and civilian organizations that have served the nation. It is here, among the names etched in stone and the thousands of commemorative trees, that the royals offer their most personal tributes. During the service, Princess Catherine's presence was a focal point of quiet dignity. She spent a significant portion of her time engaging directly with those who bear the weight of loss in service most acutely, the bereaved families. Specifically, she dedicated around 5 minutes of her time to the Long family, standing before the newly added name on the memorial wall, that of Squadron Leader Mark Long. This personal connection, spending unhurried moments acknowledging the grief and heroism encapsulated by that name, speaks volumes about her commitment to the military community. Furthermore, her schedule included a meeting with Bosnia veteran Johnny Hayes, underscoring the royal family's ongoing dedication to recognizing service across generations and conflicts. Her demeanor throughout was one of quiet solemnity, offering a tangible, heartfelt tribute to those who have sacrificed for their country's freedom and security. This is the backdrop, a scene of national unity and solemn remembrance. Yet, as millions watched the coverage at home, the atmosphere of respect was abruptly fractured, not by external events, but by a consistent, repeated failure of the broadcast commentary. The controversy centers on the repeated use by BBC reporters and anchors of the princess's maiden name, Kate Middleton. Now, to those unfamiliar with the intricate rules of royal protocol, this might seem like a minor, almost petty detail. After all, the public knows her as Kate Middleton. She was known by that name for decades. But to the dedicated royal watchers, and indeed, to the general public who understand the institutional weight of the monarchy, this was seen as a deliberate, or at the very least, grossly careless act of disrespect. Consider the timeline. Catherine married Prince William in April 2011, over a decade ago. Upon her marriage, she instantly adopted the title of Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Cambridge. More recently, following the ascension of His Majesty King Charles III in September 2022, she was elevated to the highest female title in the kingdom, the Princess of Wales, a title steeped in history and enormous public expectation, previously held by the late beloved Diana. For a national broadcaster, particularly one funded by the license fee and holding a constitutional obligation to cover the monarchy accurately, to continuously refer to her by a name she officially relinquished, over 11 years prior, struck a raw nerve with viewers. Social media, in the immediate aftermath of the broadcast, absolutely lit up with expressions of fury and disbelief. The central argument articulated by the viewing public was simple. The BBC should, quite frankly, know better. This isn't a minor celebrity, this is the future Queen Consort of the United Kingdom. Her title is the Princess of Wales. To revert to her maiden name effectively ignores her current constitutional role, the seniority of her position, and the decade-plus she has spent in dedicated royal service. The online backlash was fierce and immediate. One exasperated viewer, taking to a major platform, tweeted in no uncertain terms, demanding clarification. Who is the moron calling the Princess of Wales Kate Middleton on BBC News? The use of such strong language underscores the depth of the frustration felt by the audience, who were tuned in for serious coverage. Another viewer expressed a broader, more politically tinged concern, fuming over what they perceived as an intentional slight. Am I missing something? Is the BBC now not just left-wing but also Republican? Kate Middleton? How bloody disrespectful. This comment highlights the perception that the error was not merely a slip of the tongue, but perhaps indicative of a more systemic, anti-monarchical bias within the corporation. A very serious accusation for the BBC to face. A third viewer directed their frustration specifically at the correspondent on the ground, demanding swift intervention. Can somebody have a word in the ear of your reporter at the National Memorial Arboretum? She should not be referring to the Princess of Wales as Kate Middleton. This demand for immediate correction emphasizes the widespread belief that this was a failure of professional standards that needed instant rectification. This incident opens up a fascinating, if frustrating, discussion about media responsibility and royal protocol. In the modern era, royal titles are not just honorifics. They are descriptive of a job, a rank, and a constitutional role. When a journalist uses the outdated maiden name of a royal, especially one as senior as the Princess of Wales, it subtly undermines the seriousness of her duties. Why does this matter so much to the audience, particularly the more traditional viewers in our demographic? It signifies a failure to acknowledge the journey and the profound transformation that Catherine has undergone since marrying into the House of Windsor. She is no longer merely the middle-class girl from Bucklebury. She is a senior working royal, a mother to the second in line to the throne, and the holder of the prestigious Princess of Wales title. Furthermore, the title of Princess of Wales holds a particular historical resonance that cannot be ignored. It is a title that demands reverence and accuracy in its usage. The person holding it is viewed, both nationally and internationally, as the embodiment of British soft power and future monarchy. To casually discard the title for the maiden name suggests a failure to grasp the gravity of her position. The BBC, as the primary source of news for many Britons, carries an enormous burden of responsibility. It is expected to be the gold standard of accuracy, particularly concerning the institutions of the state, including the Crown. When repeated errors like this occur, it fosters distrust and leads to speculation about internal political motives, as evidenced by the comments suggesting a Republican leaning. It is crucial to understand that this is not an isolated incident in the general public's perception of media coverage of the monarchy. Royal etiquette, including the correct use of names and titles, remains a highly sensitive and scrutinized subject. Every gesture, every title, every choice of vocabulary is analyzed for hidden meaning and adherence to tradition. For the target audience, those aged 55 and above, who often hold deep respect for tradition and institutional continuity, such blunders are seen as symptomatic of a broader decline in journalistic standards and respect for long-standing customs. Let us return briefly to the dignity of the event itself. While this media fracas was unfolding in the virtual realm, Princess Catherine was maintaining her focus on the veterans, military families, and senior officials present. She was fulfilling her duty with dedication, entirely unaware of the storm brewing online. Her interactions, the 5 minutes spent with the Long family, the quiet conversation with the veteran Johnny Hayes, were moments of genuine connection, demonstrating the monarchy's essential role as a comforter and constant presence for those who have served. The juxtaposition is stark. The profound silence and respect at the National Memorial Arboretum contrasted sharply with the loud digital outcry sparked by a basic failure of editorial control. It raises the question: in the rush to produce live news coverage, are fundamental standards of accuracy being sacrificed? For over a decade, the public watched Catherine transition seamlessly from the former Kate Middleton to the Duchess of Cambridge, and now to the Princess of Wales. This transition has been marked by flawless adherence to protocol and growing confidence in her public role. The expectation, therefore, is that the institutions covering her, especially those as established as the BBC, should reflect that evolution and respect the gravitas of her current position. If a decade is not enough time for the BBC to update its style guides and ensure its reporters use the correct current title, then how long is? This is the core frustration felt by the viewers. It's not just about a name. It's about acknowledging the institution, the protocol, and the serious work being undertaken by the royal family. In conclusion, the Armistice Day service of remembrance was a powerful moment of national unity and tribute, exemplified by the thoughtful and heartfelt presence of the Princess of Wales. Her dedication to honoring Squadron Leader Mark Long and veteran Johnny Hayes provided a much-needed focus on sacrifice. However, this solemn occasion was unexpectedly marred by a recurrent failure of professional standards on the part of the BBC, whose repeated use of Kate Middleton provoked a highly critical response from a viewing public insistent that royal protocol and accuracy must be maintained. This incident certainly gives us much to reflect upon regarding the relationship between the monarchy and the media in the first century. How should the media balance familiarity with respect? And what accountability should major broadcasters face when they repeatedly fail to adhere to established protocols regarding our senior royals? We want to hear your thoughts on this matter. Do you believe the use of the maiden name was an honest mistake? Or does it signal a deeper issue regarding journalistic respect for the crown? Please share your opinions in the comments section below. Thank you for watching this detailed analysis. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for our next deep dive into the fascinating world of the British royal family. Until then, take care.